How's it going, guys?
We have a brake squeal on my truck, the back brakes. Let me turn my camera around here. The back brakes. I'm gonna walk you guys through it on how to do it. AJ is gonna be holding the phone for me. So on this particular truck, it's a 19 millimeter. This is a 2019 Ranger. It's a 19 millimeter. We have the 19 millimeter with the carbon fiber Matco sockets. We have our torque wrench to put it back on. We have our sockets to take the brake caliper off. We don't have to push the piston back in because we're not changing pads or rotors. And we have our disc brake quiet. This is what you spray on the back of the pad. And while we're at it, we're going to check the brake pad measurement. 22,000 miles, I don't think my brake pads will be that low. I love this impact gun. So I'm gonna get down here and show them. You can see inside there the thickness of the brake pads. You can also see it up top. But what are you guessing they're at?
I'm guessing probably 6 to 8 millimeter, maybe.
6 to 8. That's probably about a 10 or 9.
Oh wow.
10.
Wow.
10 on the dot. Oh, fall up my chair. So we're going to take this bolt out. Can you see that? This is the top caliper bolt, and then the bottom one's down here. And we're just going to take the caliper off and set it over to the side. And I'm going to guess
15.
13. I'm doing this way too much. And we're also going to grease the slide pins. Oh, it's got one of those. You heard better. You going? You done eating your pumpkin?
I go.
And all I'm doing is just holding it. Because I hate these things. There's actually a tool for it, but I don't have it with me.
Yeah, I kind of cheat a little bit with the low profile wrenches at work.
Yeah. These bars aren't big enough. Try the good old bicycles.
That'll work.
There. Enough to hold. Helps when you have a lift, doesn't it?
It sure does. That's the ultimate goal right there.
And we so we don't, these are the twist in pistons, but we don't have to twist anything in because we're not taking the pad or replacing the pads or the rotors. You may just have to let that hang there because it's got that bracket on it.
Joseph Neal says, "Sup, Ant."
What's up, man? You actually see where it's been vibrating, making it squeal.
Yeah, it sure can.
Yep, that's where this stuff comes into play.
That stuff is absolutely amazing right there.
Ta-da! You see it? Squealing, squealing. I did my front ones like a month or two ago, and I had it recording with my GoPro, and the mic wasn't plugged in all the way.
Oh, kind of like when we washed the trucks.
Yeah. So does anybody know what this is for? That line?
Dissipate heat, isn't it?
It dissipates heat, but also when the brake pads actually squeeze against the rotor, gases build up, and this actually lets gases escape as well. Let's see if I can get this in here. Come on. It's got these stupid little spring clip things.
Joseph Neal says, "Because the heat causes a chemical reaction and releases hard gas."
Correct. You guys have been paying attention. I hate the way that Ford did these new spring clips.
A lot of manufacturers are doing that stuff
See how
nowadays.
they curve
Yeah.
over, so you have to get it in there and push it, and it's hard to do when you're upside down like this. But once it goes in, it goes in.
Like butter. Outboard one's a little easier. Huh?
Outboard, because I can actually see what I'm doing. But remember, I don't have to push anything back in because.
Nope. You gonna lube up the slide pins or no?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Those are different ones. Not too bad.
Yeah, not terrible.
You know, Ford uses like a dielectric grease slash.
Like a clear type stuff.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing. If I can get it to come out. Just clean part of my finger. Okay, so some slide pins actually have like a bushing up top, and I've had people put them in the wrong way, and then they complain about, I got a clunking noise when I brake, because the bushing is, the slide pin's in the wrong spot. Just switch them around, or they left the brake caliper loose. I've seen that a time.
Jiffy
Who? Who did?
Jiffy Lube.
Oh, yeah. It's a Jiffy Lube special.
Oh yeah. You know we're all doomed when Walmart starts doing brakes. Of course, I don't think they will.
I don't think they will either.
Joseph Neal says, I've noticed the one with the bushing goes on the bottom.
It depends. On the Taurus, the bushing goes on top. F-150 doesn't have a bushing. Some different makes and models, some of the bushing does go on bottom. It just depends on the vehicle. Oh, come on, brake pad.
Joseph Neal says most of the time.
Most of the time. Most of the time. So now that that's in there, put the little bolt back in. Looks so much better when you have a lift. You can actually see what you're doing. It's like my broken ratchet I got at work. The flex head's broken on it.
Joseph Neal says, back to your roots with the good old jack stands.
Yeah, I don't care what Scotty Kilmer says. He says you don't need jack stands, but guess what? If this truck falls, it's gonna hurt. If my jack fails, that's why I still got the jack underneath it too. I don't know if you ever saw Scotty Kilmer's video. He said you don't need jack stands. Modern cars are clear enough off the ground. But guess what? I got the tires off of it.
Hashtag prove me wrong. Joseph Neal.
Prove him wrong. That's right.
That's right.
He knows about it. I'm just waiting to see one of his followers or subscribers do something that he does in his video with no jack stands and the vehicle falls. I'm waiting for it.
They'd sue him. Try to sue him. Of course, I don't know how that would work.
I guess we'll find out if somebody ever drops their car. I don't know. I'm a little smarter than that. I mean,
M. Leeser said, was Scotty even a mechanic?
so there's a story behind that. I did some research on that guy. His family owned like one of those gas station service centers or whatever.
One of them old ones back in the day.
His grandfather owned it, and his dad was a mechanic there, and so he started there as at a young age too. But that we're talking about like 40, 50, 60 years ago. You know, cars nowadays are not like they were back then. AJ, you've seen me pull my hair out trying to diagnose something because a lot of things are computer now. Like this one doesn't have the electronic parking brake on it, but the ones that do, you have to use a scan tool to put it in brake mode so you can push the piston back in. There is a way you can do it without the scan tool, and it's just, you know, holding parking brake and all this stuff. Ford Boss actually has a video on how to do that. But this one I don't need to do that because I'm not. And Scotty would tell you, oh, just force it in there. Just force the piston in there.
Yeah.
If Scotty says it must be true, right? No, because guess what? You're going to end up getting a whole new caliper with the motor, and they're not cheap.
No, not at all.
And guess what? That's not it's not covered under warranty because that's not a manufacturer defect. That's just stupidity. But supposedly he was a mechanic back in the day. What kind? I don't know. Not a very good one, I'm assuming. And he did a video on police cars. Like, I forgot what it was. I did a reaction video to it because I worked on police cars for like 2 years. 99% of the stuff that he said the police cars don't have any of that on there. I'm not saying the police cars that we have here, it may be different in some states, but a Dodge Charger police car is the exact same as a Dodge Charger that you buy at the store. There's no difference in it.
And Weezer said, I think Scotty manned the pumps and washed the windows. Oh,
Ding, ding.
man.
Fill up, sir. Man the pumps and wash the windows. If he saw this, he'd probably say I'm doing it right. You never actually see him fix anything in his videos either.
Joseph Neal said, nah, he cleaned the ladies' bathroom.
My subs are savage, bro.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
We're going to set it at, I think it's 100 on the Ranger. 100 foot-pound?
I think
F-150s are 150.
Yeah, I think the 19 millimeter is 100 for Rangers.
Well, that's what we're going to set it at. Oh, yeah. We'll have to wait till I get it on the ground.
Joseph Neal says 90.
90? On the Ranger?
I don't think so. I think it's 100, but I could be totally wrong.
We're going 100. When in doubt, go higher, right? Hey, go hit my brake for me right quick.
All right.
See if I can do this and hold the phone. Ooh. All right, you good? So that's how you do it. There you go. So I have to do the other side now, but basically just take it off. You can pick up some of this stuff. I think Advanced Auto.
Advanced, AutoZone, O'Reilly's, Napa.
My brake outline there. Yep, just take it out, spray the back of it, slide back on there.
That stuff does work wonders.
Even when I do new brakes in rotors and stuff, we have that grease that we use at work. We just rub grease on the back of it, same thing. So this should keep it from squealing for a while. If it starts to do it again later, I'm gonna get some of that grease from work and put it on there. You guys missed my oil change. AJ was running a little late.
Called puppy duty.
Yeah, puppy duty. I was about 2,100 miles overdue for an oil change.
Whew. Don't worry, we can make it up because I got a Colorado coming soon. Probably next weekend for an oil change.
So that's how you stop your back brake from squeaking. And you can actually see on the pad where it was rubbing inside the brake caliper, because that's where the noise comes from. It's a vibration of the pad and it's rubbing against the caliper. And it usually happens when you have your foot on the pedal light, unless you have a Dodge. Dodge just squeal, period. It doesn't matter what you do to them.
Same with Nissan. Nissans are horrible for that.
Nissans are horrible too. My mom's Explorer, hers is an 18, and hers does it in the morning, and that's it. But she asked me about it like right before you got here. But you guys got any questions? If not, we're gonna continue over to the other side, and then we'll go from there, and then move this over here.
The destroyed pumpkin from Gunner.
I got some motorcycle services we do coming up too. That's where this handy dandy lift comes into play. I think I got to service my brother's Harley.
Is that your dad's Indian?
Yeah, it's a 2019 Indian Chieftain.
Nice.
And then my brother's is a 17 Harley Davidson Street Glide with a Milwaukee 8.
Nice bikes. Joseph Neal says that Indian is sexy.
My dad let me ride it like twice.
I'm surprised he let you ride.
Oh, no, he'll let me ride it.
I guess I'm not surprised.
If I ask him, he'll let me ride it right now.
I guess I'm not surprised.
I just don't want to ride it right now. I don't have any of my gear here.
Yeah, it's a little chilly today.
Yesterday was nice.
Yeah, it was like 70.
I think it hit 76 over a mile.
Yeah, that's about what it was miles too.
It's a good old-fashioned hit.
Joseph Neal says the 40s there in Florida.
40?
That's what he says.
We're at Florida. My grandma lives in Florida.
$63 today here in North Kakalaki, as people call it around here.
Yep. Yesterday was like 73 or 75.
Joseph Neal says Old Town.
Old Town. How far is that from Sarasota? Well, Sarasota area.
M. Leeser said 45 here in Connecticut. Ooh. God. Ooh. No, thank you.
If Bob's in there, it's probably in the 40s there in Illinois.
Joseph Neal says near Tallahassee.
Okay, yeah. Up in the Panhandle. I actually had a job interview at a Ford dealership in Tallahassee. I drove all the way down there from here with me and my father-in-law. Drove all the way there, and I had my 2011 F-150 with a 5.0. I left here, filled up with gas, made it all the way to their parking lot, and I had 51 miles to E.
Goodness gracious.
And then I hung around there for a little bit, and then came back here, and I think I filled up before I left there. I made it all the way back here. One tank of gas. That's what Amsoil does.
Yeah, I've noticed a big difference in my truck even. I'd bet to say I'm closing in on maybe 18 or 19 a gallon, even with my OT sensor, my bad OT sensor.
Never saw it in the picture.
Nah. I'll probably fix it by the end of this month. So I had to do brakes too.
Oh yeah, she's happy. It's crazy how you get that much of a temperature change in different parts.
Yeah, I'd hate to see what it is in Colorado. My dad and sister, I need to ask them. But hey, it's probably snowing.
One of my good friends I used to work with her, her husband just got out of the military. They moved down to Florida where he's from. They're in Port Charlotte. And she's from Alaska.
Ugh.
And I remember it was like, here, it was like 30 or 40 degrees outside. And she said there it was like -20, -30.
No thanks, I'm good on that.
Yeah, I'm good. I'll pass. Too cold for me. I don't like cold weather.
I don't either. I'm a warm weather person.
I do not like cold weather. My wife likes it cold. 20 degrees outside, she'll have the AC on.
Joseph Neal says, happy holidays, Aunt. I'm going to the shop to work on some shit. Why not? I'll see you later.
All right, buddy. I appreciate you tuning in. I didn't do that to the other side. The other side wasn't that bad. dong. Probably a Facebook notification.
Sure was.
Grease the slide pins. We're good on that. Okay, Bolt, where'd you go? I hate it when that happens. It's like a 10 mil. It disappeared.
All the time. It's already in there, buddy.
Huh?
It's already in there.
Is it? Damn, I'm an idiot.
It's all good. It happens so often. Even at work.
All the time. Especially when you're busy. You got waiters.
Yeah, working on like 3 or 4 at once.
Let me take that bottom one. This is the part that I hate. And we'll put the tire back on. And then I'll have you hold the brake again, and we'll be done. You can tell I'm a right-handed.
Me too.
Hold my brake.
Yep.
You can just hold the brake, turn around. You good? Come on. Scotty Kilmer said I'd do that wrong too.
Oh, you let it down too fast.
Let the suspension settle. Got that Fox suspension on it. No.
Cool if it did though.
The Ranger Raptor does. So that's it. Squeal should be gone. Take it off. Hang the caliper to the side. Grease your slide pins. Spray the back of the pad. Put everything back together.
Torque the wheels. Have a nice day.
Torque the wheels. Have a nice day. That's all you got to do. If you guys got any questions, leave a comment. I'll get to them. Or send me an email. My email's on my page. AJ, you got anything for everybody?
If you need some AMS oil, go see this guy. Links in bio, should be. Clapped out 5.3.
Second.
Kind of.
Squatted truck.
Hopefully not no more.
No, dude, they had
Against
so
the
many
law.
of us pulled over. I can't stand squatted trucks.
Me neither, it's dumb.
And I'm glad they passed that law. Because now they're all crying.
Alright, I guess that's it.
Appreciate you guys tuning in. There'll be more videos posted throughout the week. I will catch you guys on the next one. I appreciate it.